Hello children. So welcome to AIMS India's online classes. Today from mathematics subject, playing with the numbers topic we are going to continue. So today's concept is regarding factor tree. So let's see the factors of 60 here. Factors of 60. 60 can be written as 10 into 6. Again 10 can be written as 2 into 5. 6 can be written as 3 into 2, which cannot be divided further as a product of two different numbers other than 1, because we cannot simplify 2. If we want, we can write as a product of relating to 1, but without 1 we cannot write 2 as a product of two different numbers. So we cannot simplify further 2. Even 5 also we cannot simplify further 3, 2. So first the number 60 we have taken. We have written it as a product of 10 into 6. Again 10 is simplified as a product of 2 into 5. 6 is simplified as a product of 3 into 2, which cannot be simplified further. Okay, now we have 60 equals to 2 into 5 into 3 into 2, like this. From this first factor tree, we have concluded that 2, 5, 3, 2 are the factors of 60. If we see in other way, in second example, suppose if 60 instead of 10 into 6, if it is written as a product of 4 into 15, where 4 can be divided further into 2 into 2, 15 can be simplified further into 5 into 3, which cannot be simplified further. In this way also, we got factors 2, 2, 5, 3. In first method, in second method, we have got factors. 4 factors in first method, 4 factors in second method, which are same. If all the factors, if they are arranged in ascending order, then the factors of 60 are 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. Means, though the beginning numbers may be different, the beginning product, whatever we have taken, may be different. Our approach in first method, first example, second example may be different, but finally we have got same prime numbers. Means, for any number, your method may be different, your number of steps may be different, but finally you will arrive only one prime factorization for 60 or of 60. So for any number, you can find only one prime factorization. Factorization may be different. This 10 into 6 is called factorization. This 4 into 15 is called factorization. Even we can write it as 2 into 30. We can write it as 2 into 30. 2 written as same. 30 written as 5 into 6. And 2 same, 5 same. 6 can be written as 2 into 3. Like that, our number of steps may be different, our approach may be different, but finally the prime factorization is only one. Factorization, we can have multiple types of factorizations, like 10 into 6, 4 into 15, 2 into 30, like that. But for all factorizations, finally the prime factorization only unique. It's always 1. So writing like this, splitting the main term as a product of two terms, again splitting each term as a product of two different terms until then we got numbers which cannot be divided further. This method is called factor tree. Writing factors of 60 In this method, we call it as a factor tree. Next, we have example problem here. Find the prime factorization of the following numbers. Prime factorization of the following numbers. So in first question we have 315. 315. So let's divide with prime numbers, because 315 is not divisible by 2. So that's why after 2 it is divisible by 3. So that's why we are starting with 3 here. 1 is 3. 1 is smaller number. We can keep 0 there. We can take 0 here. 15. 3 5 times 15. Again, it is not divisible by 2. Divisible by 3. 3 times 9. 3 5 times 15. Again, not divisible by 2. Not divisible by 3. It is divisible by 5. 5 7 times 35. Here 3 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number. Means here 315, first it has been written as a product of 3 into 105, next 3 into 35, next 5 into 7, like that. We have splitted 315 as a product of prime numbers. So ultimately, which prime numbers we got? Prime number 3. Prime number another 3, prime number 5, prime number 7. Because this final number, this 315 is not a prime number, 105 is not a prime number, 35 is not a prime number, 7 is a prime number. Means for doing prime factorization of any given number, we have to divide it with prime number until we get another prime number as in the last step, another prime number as one more multiplier, one more factor. Okay. So here, 315, according to prime factorization, it can be written as 3 into 3 into 5 into 7. 3 into 3 into 5 into 7. So like that, we can do prime factorization of any number. We will start with a prime number until we get another prime number at the end. Until that time, we go on dividing. If we get prime number and in the last step, then we will stop dividing. Okay. Next, 2904. So because the last digit is 4, unit digit is 4, it is divisible by 2. So 2 1 is 2, 2 4 times 8, 1 remaining, 10, 2 5 times 10, 2 2 times 4. Still unit digit is 2, again divisible by 2, 726. Unit digit is 6, again divisible by 2, 363. So 3 plus 6, 9, 9 plus 3, 12. Sum of all the numbers is divisible by 12. So divisible by 3, 121. So 11 times 121. So here 2904, these are all not prime numbers, but 11 is a prime number. So we are stopping our division process. So up to here, whatever numbers we got on the extreme left side, they are all considered as factors of the given number. So 2 3 times, next 3 1 time, 11 2 times. So this last prime number also we have to consider in the prime factorization. So 2904 prime factorization is this one. Next, 6000. Last number 0, units place 0. So it is divisible by 2. So we will get 3000. In units place we have 0, divisible by 2, 1500. Units place again 0, divisible by 2, 750. Units place again 0, divisible by 2, 375. So 3 plus 7, 10, 10 plus 5, 15. the sum of all the digits is 15, which is divisible by 3. So the number is divisible by 3 according to divisibility rules. So 3 1 is 3, 3 2 times 6, 1 remaining 15, 3 5 times 125. So next, not divisible by 3. Next prime number 5. 5 25 is at 125. Next, divisible by 5. 5 5 is at 25. 5 is a prime number. So we will stop the division process. So up to here, whatever extreme left side numbers are there, including this last number, these are all considered as prime factors of 6000. So the product of all these factors, it is called prime factorization of 6000. Prime factorization of 6000. Like this we can write. Next. Next. Highest common factor. Highest common factor, HCF. The abbreviation of highest common factor is, the abbreviation of HCF is highest common factor. So here HCF. So already we know about factors. We know about common factor. In the common factors, whatever term is highest, that is considered as highest common factor. So we have learned about factors already. Suppose factors of 12. Factors of 12 means the numbers which divides 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Next, the factors of 16. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Like that, first we have to write the factors. Out of these factors, what are common factors? 1 is common for both the numbers. 2 is common. Next, 4 is common. So 1, 2, 4 are the common factors. In these common factors, what is the highest? 4 is the highest one. So 4 is considered as highest common factor. So highest common factor, which is the abbreviation of HCF of two natural numbers, is the largest common factor or divisor of the given numbers. So the largest common factor of given two numbers or largest divisor of given two numbers is considered as HCF of the two numbers. HCF of the two numbers. So in other words, HCF is the greatest number from the common factors of given numbers. Suppose if you want to find HCF of 10 and 14, what we will do first? First we will write factors of 10. Next we will write factors of 14. Next we will write common factors of 10 and 14. Factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5, 10. Factors of 14 are 1, 2, 7, 14. What are common? 1 and 2 are common. Common factors are 1 and 2. From these common factors 1 and 2, which is the greatest one? The greatest number from the common factors is 2. So the HCF of 10 and 14 is 2, or GCD. It is also abbreviated as greatest common divisor. So GCD of 10 and 14 is 2. Means 2 is the largest number, largest divisor, which divides both the numbers exactly. After that number, there is no other common number which divides both the numbers, because 10 is divisible by 2, 14 is divisible by 2. Next number 3, both of them not divisible. Next number 4, both of them not divisible. Next number 5, 10 is divisible but 14 is not divisible, so it is not common factor. Next 6, like next 7, next 8, like that you can take all the numbers, but both the numbers are not divisible by any number except this 2. So this 2 is considered as greatest common divisor or highest common factor of given two numbers. Of given two numbers. So next, 1 minute children. Next, so if you consider the numbers 24 and 42, we have to find HCF. For finding HCF, what is the first step? We have to write factors. We have to write factors for both the numbers. Factors of 24. We will write all the factors. Next, factors of 42. We will write all the factors. Next, second step, what? We have to find common factors of both the numbers. Common factors of both the numbers. So 1 is common, 2 is common, 3 is common, 6 is common. That's all. 1, 2, 3, 6 are the common factors. Out of these common factors, what is the greatest number? 6 is the greatest number. So, what is highest common factor? 6. Or what is greatest common divisor? 6. Okay. But for smaller numbers, we can follow this method. This method is easy. We can simply write the factors and we can find the common factor. But if we have larger numbers like 8678, 9762, like this, if we have larger numbers, so this simple method is not applicable to these larger numbers because it will be very difficult to list all the factors of bigger numbers. So, mathematicians, they have developed two methods which are usually used to find HCF or GCD of two or more natural numbers. Here, HCF means not for two numbers. We can find HCF of three numbers or we can find HCF of four numbers. Like that, for two or more numbers, we can find the HCF. For finding the HCF, we have two methods. One is a prime factorization method, another one is division method. Prime factorization method, division method. Next, prime factorization method. So here, in this example, we have done only factorization, not prime factorization. But now here we are going to learn about prime factorization method. So already in slide 1 we have told. Here we have done prime factorization like this. Like this. So what we have to do here? So in this method we write prime factorization of each of the given numbers. Suppose we want to find HCF of three numbers. So we have to write prime factorization of first number, second number, third number. Okay. Next, HCF is the product of all the different common prime factors of the given numbers using each common prime factor the least number of times it appears in prime factorization of all the given numbers. Of all the given numbers. So you can understand better by one example, children. So let's take the example. Find the HCF of 48 and 84. We are going to find the HCF of 48 and 84 with the help of prime factorization method. So first, for 48, we have to apply prime factorization method because 48, even number, divisible by 2, 24, divisible by 2, 12, divisible by 2, 6, divisible by 2, 3. 3 is prime number, so we can stop the division. In the same way, for 84 also, divisible by 2, 42 times, 42, 21 times, 21 divisible by 3, 7 times, 7 is a prime number, so we can stop the division. So for 48, we have written the prime factors. For 84, we have written the prime factors. So we have to, if we observe the prime factors, we observe that the prime factor 2 is appearing here 1, 2, 3, 4 times, here 1, 2 times. For first number it appeared 4 times, but for second number it appeared only for 2 times. What we have to take for finding HCF? Each prime number in 2 numbers in common factors, because 2 is common factor here, 3 is common factor here, 7 is not common factor. 7 is not common factor. No need to consider that. Only common factors only we have to consider. 2 and 3 are common factors. But 2 appeared 4 times in one number, 2 times in another number. We have to take least number of times. Means at least 2 times it appeared in both. At least 2 times it appeared in both. So for calculating HCF, that at least number of times we have to take. So first we have to do prime factorization. Next we have to write all the prime factors. Next, which are not common, we can strike them off. In the common prime factors, least number of times. Each common prime factor, least number of times, how many times it appeared, that number of times we have to take. 2 appeared 1 time, 2 appeared 2 times in both. So we have to take 2 times. 3 appeared in first number 1 time, second number 1 time. So least number of times 1 time only. We can write 3 here. The product of the prime factors least number of times gives the number 12, which is the highest common factor of 48 and 84. Like that we can find. Let's see another example, children. So we have to find HCF. What is HCF, children? Highest common factor. What is the other name of HCF? GCD. Greatest common divisor. Greatest common divisor. So we have to find HCF of 3 numbers: 54, 144, 210. 54, 144, 210. First let's do prime factorization for 54. 2 27 times, 3 9 times, 3 3 times. 3 is prime number. We can stop. 2 into 3 into 3 into 3. This is a prime factorization of 54. Next, second number 144 with 2 72, with 2 36, with 2 18 times, with 2 9 times, with 3 3 times, which is a prime number. Stop. So we will write all these factors, prime factors: 2 2 2 2 4 times, 3 2 times, 3 2 times. Next, 210 with 2 105, with 3 35, with 5 7 times. 7 is a prime number. So 2 into 3 into 5 into 7. So what are common factors? 2 appeared 1 time, 2 appeared 1 time, 2 appeared 1 time in all. Okay, in 3 of them, commonly 2 appeared 1 time, or 2 appeared least number of times in 3 numbers, only 1 time. So while calculating HCF, we have to take 2 once. 3 appeared 1 time here, 1 time here, 1 time here. Means 3 appeared commonly 1 time. So we can take 1 3. Another 3 only in 2 numbers it appeared. Third number it is missing. 5 appearing only in 1 number, but missing in 2 numbers. 7 also missing in 2 numbers. But we have to take which is common in all the 3 terms. 1 2 is common, 1 3 is common. So 2 appeared 1 time, 3 appeared 1 time commonly in all the terms. So 2 into 3, 6 is the highest common factor. 6 is the highest common factor. Okay, children, in this method, In this way, we can find the highest common factor. Next, division method. One minute, children. Division method. So in this method, we divide the larger number by the smaller number and get a remainder. Divide the larger number by a smaller number and we will get the remainder. Okay. Then we will divide the first divisor by the remainder, getting a new remainder. So here this is the large number will act like dividend, smaller number will act like divisor. So this is the divisor 1, D1, divisor 1, and this is a remainder 1. So one dividend is there, we are dividing with the divisor 1 and we are getting remainder 1. Next, what we have to do with this remainder 1, we have to divide this divisor 1, and again we will get new remainder R2, Now this will become, R1 will become divisor. This divisor again will come here, R1 will come here. Again we will divide, remainder will come, R3. And again for this will come here. This will become dividend. This divisor will become dividend. Like that until 0. We continue this process until the remainder is 0. The last divisor with which when we have divided remainder is 0, that last divisor is considered as HCF of given numbers. Suppose if you have 3 or more numbers, then what we have to do? First we have to find HCF of 2 numbers. With that HCF and with the third number, we have to find new HCF. And again with that HCF and with fourth number, we have to find new HCF. Like that we have to go on continue for all the numbers. You can understand better with example, children. So find the HCF of 36 and 150. So 150 larger number will become dividend. 36 smaller number will become divisor. 36 4 times 144. Remainder 6. Now this remainder acts like divisor, and this divisor, it will become dividend. 36. 6 times 36. 0. Means we got remainder 0 when we divide with 6. When we have divided last time with 6. So HCF will be 6. Or this example, 12, 18, 46. 12, 18, 46. From 12, 18, 46, we have to find the HCF of 3 numbers. Let's take small 2 numbers first, 12 and 18. In 12 and 18, 18 is bigger, it will become dividend. 12 is smaller, it will become divisor. 12, 1 is 12, 6 is remaining. Next, divisor will become dividend. 6 2 times 12, 0. Means for these 2 numbers, when we have divided with 6, remainder is 0. So for these 2 numbers, 12 and 18, HCF is 6. With that 6, the pending number 46. We have to divide the pending number 46. 6 into 46. So sorry, 46 larger number will be the dividend. Smaller number 6 will be the divisor. 6 7 times 42. 4 is remainder. This 6 will come here. 4 1 is 4. 2 is remainder. This 4 will come here. 2 times 4, 0. Means we got 0 when we are dividing with 2. When we are dividing with 2. So the HCF of 6 and 46 is 2. But 6 and 46 means 6 is the HCF of 12 and 8. So directly we can write HCF of 12, 8, 46 is 2. If we have 3 numbers, we can find HCF of 2 numbers first, and with that we can find HCF of third number. Next. 1 minute, children. Find the greatest number which divides 290, 538, leaving reminders. In competitive exams or in so many exams, you will get questions like this only, children. So now, whatever concept we have learned here, HCF, in real life problems, we are going to apply the concept here. So we have to find the greatest number which divides 290 and 538, leaving reminders 3 and 5 respectively. Means the greatest number, it does not divide these two numbers exactly. It divides, but leaving remainder 3 for first number, leaving remainder 5 for the second number. We have to find the greatest number. Okay. So let the greatest number, if 290 is divided by the greatest number or required number, 3 is left as remainder. It means 290, because 3 is remainder, if we subtract this remainder, 290 minus 3, 287 is exactly divisible by required number. Okay. In same way, while dividing 538, remainder is 5. Means 538 minus 5, 533 is exactly divisible by required number. So our required number divides not 290, not 538, but it divides 287, 533 exactly. Reminders we have to remove. The remaining numbers will be divided by the required number. So 287, 533 are both divisible by that number. So required number is, because it is dividing both the numbers and it is the greatest number, so it is called GCD, or it is called HCF. So because we want to find the greatest number, greatest common divisor, it is nothing but HCF. We want to find the HCF of these two numbers. They have given these two numbers, but after removing the reminders, we are getting these numbers. First, we have to find HCF of these two numbers. Bigger number dividend, smaller number divisor. 287 1 times 287, 246 remaining. This will become dividend 1 time. 41 remainder. This will become dividend 41 6 times 246 0. Means when we have divided by 41, we got the remainder 0. So the required number is 41. Required number is 41. So they have given the numbers 290 and 538, but they are leaving reminders 3 and 5 in both cases. So we have to find the HCF of 287 and 533, which will be the answer, or which divides these two numbers, leaving remainder 3 and 5. Like this, indirectly, instead of using the direct numbers, based on the clue, for resulting numbers, we will find the HCF. Next children. Next, last question. The length, breadth, height of a room are 8 meter 25 centimeter, 6 meter 75 centimeter, 4 meter and 50 centimeter respectively. Find the longest tape which can measure the 3 dimensions of the room when used an exact number of times. So they have given length. So they have given 1 meter. They have given length, breadth, height of a room. And we have to use a tape. We have to use a longest tape which can measure all LBH. Which can measure all LBH. Means which can divide LBH exactly. Which can measure LBH means indirectly we have to assume that new measurement whatever we are taking, the tape, the length of tape whatever we are taking, that length of tape, that number divides LBH exactly. LBH exactly, so that we can measure the room. Okay, but we want to, they have given the longest tape. So we have to find the greatest number which divides 3 numbers exactly. Means we have to find the greatest common divisor or highest common factor. Highest common factor. Length of room 8 meter 25 centimeter. But 8 meter equal to 800 centimeter plus 25 centimeter. 825 centimeter. 6 meter 75. 675 centimeter. 4 meter 50. 450 centimeter. So the required tape has to measure 825, 675, 450 centimeter in a way that count will come in exact number of times. Means without decimals. Means that number should divide these two numbers exactly. Moreover, the tape should be longest. So the length of tape should divide these 3 numbers exactly, and it should be the longest. Means we have to find the HCF of these 3 numbers. So first what we will take? Any 2 numbers we can take. These 2 numbers we are taking. So we will find the HCF with 150. So here for these 2, 75 is the HCF. With that 75, with the remaining number 450. HCF of this number, these 2 numbers, remaining number 450. For the 2 numbers we have to find the HCF again. So with 75, 0 is coming. 75 6 times 450, 0 is coming. So the HCF of 3 numbers is 75. So length of longest tape is 75 centimeter. Because all measurements we have taken in centimeters, so that's why length of longest tape is 75 centimeter. Okay children, that's all for today. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates. Thank you. Have a good day.